Welcome back to ESA Winter 21. My name is Nico Hart and I'll be your host for the next few runs. We are raising money for our Alzheimer Fund. Links to donate can be found in the stream, or you can type !donate in the chat. We'd also like to thank Neo2, the Complete Edition, Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now it's time for DemonicRobots with Dishonored 2. Take it away.
Alright, hey there everyone, my name is DemonicRobots and welcome to Dishonored 2. I'm going to be joined by my commentator Waifu, and we're going to get jumping right into this. I'm going to give you guys a quick little lore run before we get started, but basically this is the sequel to Dishonored 1, where you're going to be playing as, and you guys voted for this character, Emily Caldwin, who is the daughter of the previous late Empress and now is the Empress of Dunwall. And essentially what happens is her aunt comes and overtakes the throne, and the entire story is about saving her dad and getting the throne back. We're going to be starting from a loaded save right here, a long day in Dunwall, and if you blink, you'll miss this mission. It's going to be going by pretty quickly. Timer is going to be starting here in just a moment. It's going to start on our very first input, and go.
Let's get it, gamers.
All right. So we're going to be doing quite a bit here. The first thing that I'm going to do that's like a big trick is I'm going to pick up a bottle. Whenever you take damage during a cutscene or an animation, it completely finishes out the entire cutscene or animation. So we are going to throw the bottle at this guy, and then we're going to attack this guy. And we're going to skip a cutscene here by getting hit through there, and that stops a cutscene of Emily putting on a ring in order to unlock this safe up here. We're going to be doing another one as well. This is going to be called Bottle Skip. And what it's going to do is it's going to skip the animation of Emily picking up her spyglass and her weapon, her pistol. So if I get this right, at least. So we're going to pick this up, we're going to aim right here, drop, pick up, and there we go. So we did pick up our gun. It didn't look like we did, but I promised that. And that is the first little area done in like usually about 50 seconds.
A lot going on here.
Yeah. So next thing is going to be coming up is leaps. Whenever you are unsheathing a weapon while spamming jump inputs and mantling something, you gain what's called a leap. So we'll see if I can do this correctly. Looks good, and we're good. So we have to catch the edge there to avoid dying, and then we're going to be doing another quick little leap. This is how we're going to be getting along. Oh, I landed on her head, so I get this cutscene. That's fine. We're going to be doing a lot of those leaps later on. That one's probably the coolest and the most scariest, because if you mess up, you basically slam into the wall and die. So thankfully that didn't happen, but there we go. That is the first mission of 9 done, and now we are going to be going on to mission 2, where we're going to be meeting a man called the Outsider. If you guys were wondering what the bid war was for, it's not a cosmetic reason or anything like that. It was to decide basically which power we get. The two characters in this game that you can play as both have these two completely different abilities, a blink and a blink and far reach. Blink is Cuervo's ability, which acts as a very standard teleport, and Emily's works more like a grappling hook. And that's called Far Reach. So this is us getting the power right here, and this is basically like a little tutorial area, kind of letting you get used to it. The cool thing about Emily's ability is it lets us do two different things that we can't do as Cuervo. The first thing is that we are able to go out of bounds with it in some certain areas, and we're also able to do something called F cancels, where we cancel the use of the ability and sheath our weapon, block with our weapon. We can use it to bunny hop in this game. Bunny hopping will not gain us speed, however, it will allow us to keep our momentum. So like right here, we keep that right here to go all the way over to the very end.
Yeah, and combined with leaps and those F cancels, so you're gonna be going really, really fast, and it's gonna be more about like trying to get into a straightaway and then just yeeting yourself across the map and trying to maintain that momentum.
Exactly. A quick thing as well, if you ever see me blocking where my sword is in front of my face, the reason that I am doing that is I'm doing it because we are trying to cancel the animation. So normally when you fall in this game, even from a small height, you get a little fall animation. If you're blocking, however, you don't get any. So that's the idea behind it, to stop that from happening. So now we are going to be talking to Megan. She's going to be helping us with the conspiracy to get rid of the conspiracy that took us over. But first we need to find a character for the first game named Anton Sokolov. To do this, we are going to be talking to a woman named Hypatia, and it's also going to be us finding out who the Crown Killer was. The Crown Killer was someone who was killing Emily's opponents in Dunwall, trying to frame her and make it look like she was ordering the execution. So it's like she was attacking like newspaper publishers and things like that, when in reality it was the Delilah who's the new Empress sending someone to kill them. So this is a big little tech part that I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do it correctly in first try, but we'll see. This area is a little bit weird. Leaps in this game and other things are very dependent on the frame rate, and this game does not run very well, even on the newest patch. So hopefully nothing goes wrong here. We're going to jump right there, and then I'm going to do a quick save. We're going to do an F cancel. That's going to send us all the way up here, and oh, we got it. Nice. All right. That saves us from having to do an extra leap. The F cancels are usually faster, but they're less wieldy than the leaps themselves. And along with that, you can really only go horizontally. You can't really gain height from it too much. There we go. Mission 2 done.
Yeah, like I said, those leaps are frame rate dependent. So you're gonna see Demonic using the little telescope, and that's to try to stabilize his frame rate right before he does a leap. Because if not, then he's gonna, maybe get a bad leap, and that's not good. Especially for some of them, you might die if you get a bad leap. Yeah,
there's a lot of them where it's like if you don't leap properly, things can go wrong really quickly. So now we are at an insane asylum. We are gonna be doing some stuff right here. Another thing that you can do that's kind of like leaps is basically what you do is you mantle and pull out your weapons, and that immediately puts you on top of it, so it skips the mantling animation. That's pretty much the same thing that we do here to skip having to climb up. Also, first out of bounds, look up, look down, and we are through the wall. We're going to touch that wall because that's going to open it up and make sure we don't stop block. Going to grab this. This is a kind of a new thing, so we'll see how this goes. We're going to grab this chloroform bottle. I'm going to use this time to get an ability that I need, and then what we're going to do is we're going to aim, throw. I haven't done this with Emily, so it might not work. I didn't get it. So what I was trying to do there is I was trying to actually skip this cutscene skip by landing in the chloroform, which makes it so it skips the animation, the cutscene completely. However, I mistimed that, unfortunately, but that's all right. There we go. Gonna shoot that watchtower so Megan come. We're gonna do another little leap here. Perfect. Gonna get ourselves up there. We're gonna wait for Megan to get closer, and travel over, and that is that mission. So the reason we actually needed to talk to that character instead of killing them immediately is we needed to learn the location of Anton Sokolov. So if you don't talk to her, you actually have to go find an audio diary. So that's a little bit slower than actually just talking to her and doing the cutscene. You'll find that we have a lot of skips for the cutscene skips. It's kind of funny because, the cutscene skips aren't that long. It's just hold F for like 1 or 2 seconds, but even then it's still slower than what we do.
Yeah, the run is pretty short, so even like those 1 or 2 second animations, if you could skip them somehow.
Yep. So pretty much after every mission, you have an intermission here where we come back to this boat, the dreaded whale, and talk to Megan or talk to Sokolov and kind of plan our next moves for going on to the mission. This is actually one of the coolest ones casually, the Clockwork Mansion. If you ever trying to think of another game that has this, but essentially what it is there are switches that you can pull in the mansion, and that will completely change the room's layout, and you can get in between the wall and change things and all that stuff. It's a really cool level casually that we're really not gonna be able to show off too much of on this. But first we gotta do some stuff up here. So I'm gonna jump up onto this. Come over here, jump up onto here. All right. We need to touch this roof. The reason we are doing that is because we need to start a trigger for a over on the railings. We can't actually walk on the railings because they're electrified, but there is a way to kind of get around them. And while we're doing this, we're also we're also just kind of coming down here. Potions essentially give you 4 leaps, enough magic to do 4 leaps, and it only costs 2 there. So because we have to wait anyway, we go back down onto the streets and we get an extra potion. So this is going to be another one of the leaps that we need to do really well. The rail is electrified, so it'll kill us if we use it. However, I'm going to use a potion here. If we do a leap and then bunny hop off of it, we usually don't take any damage because we're not actually on it long enough for the game to register that we are, and we don't actually take the damage. Alright, now we are on to Jindosh's mansion. In the story, this man is the inventor of all of the Clockwork Soldiers, which are really dangerous enemies that helped take over our kingdom, castle, whatever you want to call it, and allow Delilah Caldwin to get into place. Keep in mind we're playing as Emily, who is Delilah's niece, and they're not very close, if you could guess. So this is the first example. We're going to pull this lever, and then we are going to... Come on. That's not good. Can I save this? Let's see. I'm just going to do a reset with an autosave really quickly. Sorry about that. With Emily's power, it works very differently than Corvo's. Emily can usually reach farther out. However, when it comes to climbing up things vertically, she's much worse than Corvo. Not really sure why, but like you can't... Like, for example, with Corvo, I don't need to shoot this. I can just do... I can just use my power and blink through it. However, with Emily, her power isn't good enough to break the glass. So, kind of annoying, but each character has their own gives and takes to it.
Thankfully, this game has like a really robust save system. There's like a million quick saves, you can name saves, there's a bunch of auto saves. It's like...
And there's also mission saves as well. So it's really friendly if you're trying to learn the run, because essentially, like, there's so many ways that you can practice things and have fail saves that it's like really nice. Also, that's Kieran Jindosh. We're gonna welcome him to the final mystery and get through here. Sometimes you have to leap through, use your far reach to get through those holes. It's really annoying. But we have now done one of our 2 objectives. So every mission you have 2 objectives. The first one is kill somebody or incapacitate them, and the second is to do something different. So the first thing that we needed to do was kill Kieran Jindosh, and the second thing we need to do is save Anton Sokolov. So he's in this kind of labyrinth maze thing with a clockwork soldier. We're gonna shoot him. Don't worry, we're just shooting with a sleep dart. Ignore the dart sticking out of him. He's totally fine. The parameters for this is that as long as he is not dead, we're okay. So we're just gonna run past him. We're saving him. I promise that like this is a good thing that's going on.
Ignore the fact that the dart is not necessarily even actually in him. He just got really afraid of it being so close and fell asleep.
Exactly. Yeah, so essentially we're saving him. Normally what you would do is you would talk to him and then he would pass out, but we just skip having to skip a cutscene. Again, that's a very common thing that we do in this game. That's one of the examples. All right, so headphone warning. For whatever reason, whenever you're coming back from this cart animation coming up, a ashtray or something like that will freak out and go bouncing wildly. If it hits Sokolov, then we soft lock the game, so hopefully that doesn't happen. It usually doesn't, but you never know with this game. But it always freaks out, so headphone warning right now. There it goes, it's completely gone. Thankfully, we're okay. It didn't kill Sokolov. Yeah, we're gonna jump down here, jump down here.
It's so pissed. Like, wakes up and shows violence. Trying to fight someone.
It's like, bro, why are you going fast, man? You're skipping all the good stuff. Also, don't worry about him. He's totally okay. Again, he's fine.
He's scorpioned so hard, dude.
As long as he doesn't die. It's kind of funny. If the very frame that he dies, your game is game over. There's no like fade to black or anything like that. Literally, the frame it happens where you can't even like register it. So, as long as that doesn't happen, we're okay. But now we're gonna get some background about Delilah. We know that she has void powers like the Outsider or us, so she's like magical. Like Corvo stabbed her in the stomach and she shrugged it off like it was a Nerf sword. So this is kind of dialogue. We have a little skip coming up here, but this is essentially an auto-scroller where we can kind of ride up against this tentacle tree plant thing. I don't exactly know what it is. And then if we do it correctly, do some more jumps. And then we walk off here. I think I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. So normally you would hit the trigger and then it would start the next cutscene as this one's going. But unfortunately we didn't get it, so it's a 10-second time loss. No big deal. But in the meantime, we do have some time then for donations.
Thank you. We do have a few donations. We've got $25 from Sunseeker Deluxe, which went to the bid war for Dishonored 2, which was between Corvo and Emily. So that 25 went directly to Emily, which is who you're playing as now. We've also got $5 from unidentified account 12 saying, Nico, your audio is a bit choppy. If it's still the case, if it's been a bit choppy, I will look into it. And we've also got $20 from Strufen. Also, the $5 from unidentified account went to Need for Speed Most Wanted any percent for the car color cyan.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for the donations going to a good cause. We're almost done here. We got some more sad backstory. all this stuff. This actually is a character from the original Dishonored 1, however, it was a character that was only in the DLC. I'd recommend playing the games to kind of understand what's going on here, but a TLDR is she died by the assassin downed, and then she came back to life through void magic, and now she's kind of like, hey, I'm the rightful heir to be the Empress. And we're like, no, that's me, smile. Alright, so we're going to be doing a little skip here. There's something that's called a black screen bug, where we get a black screen for a little bit longer than we should. If you go too fast or too slow, you don't get it, but if you go usually the speedrun speed, then you do. So we're going to try and skip it. We throw a bottle at ourselves as we get into the cutscene trigger, and we move fast enough and we don't get a black screen there. So sometimes we'll get one and it'll be like 4 to 5 seconds long, and that's not good. So we're going to be skipping over that. We're heading to probably the most dangerous area in the run, mainly due to the fact that in this game, when you are in combat, it will not allow you to quick save, it will not allow you to auto save. Waifu talked about earlier how diverse the save system is and robust for speedrunning, and it's really good, except for that one fact. So we're going to be a little bit careful here, and hopefully my game doesn't crash, because it crashed here yesterday, and I don't know why, and it would suck if it does it again, but I think we're going to be okay.
Fine.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
So because we never actually leave combat in this stage, it's basically going to be, we have to do this either right first time, or we have to reset completely. I'm going to do another leap, get a kind of a bad one right there, we kind of bounced off something. You can't really go back or forth when you're doing the leaps, you're essentially locked into that angle. We're going to do another F cancel here, let's try that again, we're going to do another F cancel here, it's going to bring us over here, going to bring us over onto this way. I'm going to do a leap over here, so I'm doing on magic. That's going to bring us over here. Going to push ourselves up here. So we need to land this shot first try. Hopefully we'll get it. If not, it's okay, but annoying. We're going to come up here, rub ourselves against that, aim right there. We actually don't want to aim directly at her. We want to aim right next to her, because otherwise she'll dodge the shot since she's a magical witch. Going to do another out of bounds to push down here. Going to touch this audiograph. Going to grab this key. It's going to bring us over here. Not going to touch that note again. We're going to grab the magic potion. And now we just need to GTFO. So we're going to be running past everything. The witches are chasing us. The guards are mad at us. This is like... We kind of leave this entire area in chaos because the witches and the guards don't like each other. So they'll fight each other as well. I'm going to do another leap and not doing Corvus Trance. There we go. Look at that. That's a really good example, and we are out of there. So we essentially just go in, kill somebody, cause a bunch of chaos and an all-out brawl, and then leave with what we needed.
Yeah, I like how in this game, like, it's usually like, you know, maybe you're supposed to be like stealthy or like take your time, figure stuff out, but in the speedrun you just like walk in, kick in the door, stab someone in the face, and then leave. You're just like in and out. No time to waste, dude.
Yeah, even the non-lethal ghost category is almost like that, because in non-lethal ghost you actually do kill people. You just kill them in ways that the game doesn't count it. So then it's non-lethal, you're a good person. But if you don't know, this game actually is very like keen on like you can either assassinate your targets or take them out another way. That's not killing them. And it usually wants you to be like the good guy and do the non-lethal way. But anybody who's played these games knows that usually the non-lethal option is worse than the like lethal option. So I just want to mention that now. We're doing a good thing by murdering these people. But there's one person that we do not murder, that we do the non-lethal way in the speedrun. We don't just kill everybody. And this is going to be an example of this in this upcoming area. So normally this game wants you to decide between either the Howler gang or the Overseers. The Overseers are kind of like these religious zealots, and the Howlers are these like black market like carriers and stuff like that. Basically, you know, a stereotypical gang. Excuse me, folks. Going to be rewiring that so we can walk through these, otherwise it will electrocute us. But normally the game wants you to do it to get a password into Stilton's manor. However, we have a way of actually solving it ourselves. So this puzzle is random every time, but the solution, it's a random answer, but we have a way of solving it at the same time every time. So, give me just a moment here. It's going to be Conti War, Natsuo Bird, Conti War, Natsuo Bird, Marcola Snuff, Finch Diamond, Marcola Snuff, whoops, Snuff, Finch Diamond, and means Winslow ring. Yes. All right, that was actually really good RNG because we didn't have to turn 2 of them. So definitely a good one. But what I was doing there is I was looking at the paragraph, and then you have to match up the items with the names. And the names and the items are always random. However, their positioning on the note in the hint actually is always the same. So it might say Finch or Winslow, but it's always going to be connected to it's 2 paragraphs. First paragraph, second line always connects to the second paragraph, second line, and then so on. Really complicated, but once you do it a couple of times, you get it. So we're heading to Stilton's Manor now. This level is unique in the sense that we actually do not have access to our powers. So we're going to be doing a lot of leaps here. It has another unique feature. If you've ever seen Titanfall 2 speedrun, there's one level where they're bouncing back between times. So this is one of those levels. Also, this is a guy who we're not going to kill lethally. I promise we didn't kill him. Now, I know he looks like he is dead. I know it says key figure assassinated in the top right, but I promise that he is going to be alive and well by the end of this run.
Bro, he's chilling. He's vibing in the corner, dude.
We're gonna give him some, drinks too. This is another boring cutscene where Outsider gives us a bunch of lore about Delilah. He doesn't like her very much either. But in the meantime, we have time for donations.
Right, I can probably talk a little bit about the charity that we're donating towards. Alzheimerfonden is the Swedish national fundraising organisation focusing on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. Thanks to gifts and wills from private individuals and companies, Alzheimerfonden was able to distribute almost 30 million SEK last year. Even still, the money is not enough to be able to support all important projects that lie ahead. The Alzheimer Fund could only grant about 19% of the funds applied for, so it's an important cause. Please make sure you get your donations in.
Alright, so this cutscene is almost done. We're going to be getting an item called the timepiece that's going to allow us to bounce between 2 realities, the past and the present. So this is going to be how we're going to be navigating this level. Okay, can hurry up here. Take your time, Outsider. It's not, a speedrun or anything like that. This is actually a really quick speedrun, like Waifu said. It is kind of nice, though, to have this downtime, especially when you're on good paced runs. It's kind of evenly paced out. So now we are in the past. Everything is nice and clean. Now we're back in the present, which is not very nice and clean, and so on and so forth. So we're going to do here. We're going to do another leap right here. Bring us all the way over here. There we go. We're gonna pull all that out, and now I promised you that we did not kill Stilton. We did not kill him, okay? And this is the non-lethal way of doing this. So what we're gonna do is we have a sleep dart with us. I'm going to hopefully hit it on the first shot. Oh, did I get him? I did get him. Nice. Awesome. That shot is really hard to hit because the pillar that he is walking towards actually has a hitbox that is way larger than it actually looks like, so sometimes you'll hit that. But there we go. We didn't kill Stilton. He is alive and well in the past, or in the present. Speaking of the present, it's going to be looking a little bit different. So we essentially went back in time, changed the course of history, and now he's going to be alive, which is just dandy.
He was fine.
Yeah. Look, we're going to see him later on, don't worry. Speaking of, so we're going to trigger that cutscene to start right there. We don't need to watch all of it, but we do need to be there by the end of it. So in the meantime, we're going to be doing, opening this door, and then we're going to drop down here. I'm going to be opening this door. This is preparing for a leap, so if we get a good leap or a bad leap, either way, we can get through those doors. Also, this guy sometimes gets in our way, so we're just going to shoot him. The reason for that is when you're doing leaps, we block like this in order to prevent our animations from happening. However, this is the same animation for when you are knocking people unconscious, or to knock them unconscious. So sometimes you'll do a leap and you'll do this, and then you'll land on the guy and break his head open, but he'll still be alive. It's the unconscious way. There we go. We watched the cutscene. Not gonna worry about that guard. Gonna go back in time, or gonna go back to the future. Time travel's always weird. Then, all right, we got a bad leap. That's okay. We can recover right here. We're gonna do another leap onto this thing, and look at that, beautiful.
Right to the door.
Yeah, that is like my favorite leap because it's just like such a perfect example of how cool it is. So now we have the biggest out of bounds. We've done it a couple of times, but this is probably the biggest one in the whole game. Essentially, this is a outsider where we're in the void kind of thing. Make sure it's saved. This is really boring. It's basically just a cutscene, so we're speedrunners. So we're going to clip out of bounds, go over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to walk off this edge, wait till we can see our thing, block to not take any damage, and take a falling animation, fall down here, and then, come on. Oh, we're getting to a good spot. All right, perfect. So what we just did right there is we pushed ourselves out of bounds, and then we carried ourselves all the way over to the end trigger, which is still loaded into the level at the end of the cutscene sequence. So that skips probably about like 30 to 40 seconds, maybe even more, of just a boring cutscene. We have another outbounds as well. There's actually a new one here that I'm not going to do that's a little bit harder. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm waiting for my Far East to get into a position. It's going to push us out of bounds right here. It's going to come over here and then do the same thing. And then we can just talk to Sokolov right here, and that is the end of the mission.
Just clip through the floor, dude. Level design? What's that? The straight line to the finish.
Yeah. Something that you guys also might have noticed is originally Megan was missing an arm and an eye. And in this presence, she is no longer missing an arm and an eye. So that's a good thing. You know, there's some good consequences about time traveling sometimes. And yeah, so it's pretty nice.
Say we lent her a hand.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe next time in your playthrough, maybe you can keep an eye on that. But here we go. We're going to be doing this. As you can see, that's Stilton, by the way. That's the man who we totally didn't shoot in the face at the piano. Gonna do another bottle skip attempt. Let's see if we get it. Should land on us right here. We did get it. Nice. Sometimes you'll land it on Megan and it'll break her skull and you'll fail because everyone will be really mad at you. But we didn't have that happen, so that's good. We're heading towards the Duke's Palace. He is essentially kind of the ruler of Karnaca, where we've been for most of the game. He's a bad guy. So essentially he has a body double at his house that looks exactly like him. There are 5 places that these two people can be. We need one of them to be in one spot to be really good RNG. Thankfully, one of the two is always in one spot. So it's either the body double or Duke in the bedroom. If the Duke's in the bedroom, it's really, really fast. If he's not, then it's really, really slow. And then he could be in any of the 4 other places, which could be a problem essentially. But hopefully we get good RNG. And if he is not in the bedroom, it is called getting duped, which is not good. I'm gonna do another app cancel here to bring us over to this thing. Gonna rewire this. Yes, through here, excuse me, lady. There we go. So we want him to be in the bedroom. So whatever like RNG, good RNG things you have or luck, whatever, we're gonna need you to spam that in chat for me right now that we do not get duped, because getting duped is not fun, especially now if you're trying to go for a world record pace run. If it happens, your run's pretty much dead. So right here, gonna wait for a save. Saves can be a little wonky sometimes. They don't like to show up on the HUD. We're gonna do another F cancel right here. That's gonna bring us all the way over here. I think we could have probably done that a little bit better. That's okay. Gonna do another little bunny hop leap over to this way. I'm also gonna take the time to check my potions. 6, perfect. All right. The bedroom is gonna be right here, so hopefully he is in the right spot. Oh, all right, he is not in the right spot. So we got duked, unfortunately.
Man,
we're gonna check here. Where is he?
He's got a meeting with the cat, dude.
Yeah, this is actually really bad luck. So let's see. Are those guards red? Yeah, they're red. So he is in the garden. Oops, didn't need to do that. Thank you for not doing that. All right. So we're gonna be doing some alternate pathing here. Can't rewire that, so I'm gonna come over here. This is kind of the safety way to do this. There's a little bit of a better and faster way to do it. Hey, bud. How you doing? All right. So normally the game wants you.
Take the bullet.
He really did. He did a good job of that. So we're gonna do another out of bounds here. Normally you would need a key to get through, but we like to go fast. If I can get a good spot, please, game. We need my my power to be in a good spot. There. Oh, come on. All right, I'm just gonna do the normal way because I grabbed the key anyway. I think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, sorry about that. Let's try that again. Sometimes these clips can be very annoying. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
So we're gonna touch this. We're gonna rub up against it to hit a trigger. Then we're coming right here. So this is Delilah's effigy. This is essentially the way that she has been able to be essentially immortal. Like we attacked her as Corvo in the opening cutscene. However, we did not kill her. We stabbed her in the chest and she was totally fine with it. Now that we have her soul, we can put it back into her body and we should be able to kill her then.
She's chilling. She basically was on some Voldemort stuff, you know?
Yeah. Think of it like the
now we got
Horcruxes. we have the Horcrux, so now we can put it back in his body and kill her. Once and for all, hopefully. We've already done twice, or once, and she came back, so you never know. We're going to be doing a little skip here, hopefully. I'm going to shoot this whale oil tank, which is going to cause it to explode. At the same time that I talk to Megan, and it skips her dialogue.
You literally leave her speechless because you set yourself on fire.
I mean, if someone shot an incendiary bolt at a whale oil tank right in front of your face, I'd be pretty speechless as well. But here we go, on to the final mission right here. This actually has a lot of really cool stuff within it. So the first thing that's really cool is we don't actually need to talk to Megan like every other time or Sokolov. We can just go straight to the boat, which is really good. Oh wait, whoops, I forgot something. I'm gonna bring this with me, even though it's slower now. So we have to grab this whiskey tumbler, and we're gonna use this to do a little trick. So we're gonna bring ourselves over here, crouch, aim right there, and we're gonna throw it just as we hit that, and that is going to stop Emily from putting on her mask and skips that animation, which again, you shouldn't do in real life, but yeah, Emily's gonna be social distancing from everyone else, so she should be okay.
And if anyone gets within 6 feet, she's gonna kill them, so.
Exactly, we have some tools for that. So we're gonna take the skiff, which is like this little boat, and now we are back in Dunwall. This is where we had the first level. It looks a little bit different. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is, but it just is a teeny bit more off than last time. Also, really nice leap there.
Wow, yeah, that was good.
Or F cancel, yeah. The commentator had the right terminology, and he didn't even know the game. It's technically a leap, just not the one that...
Yeah. It was fast. We go fast, right?
Right. So we have a next upcoming trick called Tower Climb. This is a very annoying trick and very frustrating, but we'll see if we can get it. Fun fact, this is actually the only... We play on current patch, not because this is the fastest patch, it's actually slower. Normally there's a trick here that you can do that saves 10 seconds where you basically can just climb up all the way there with your power. However, the performance on the old patches is so bad... Whoops, come on, let's try that again. The performance on older patches is so bad that we can't consistently get the FPS that we need, so because of that we play on current patch. Ah, come on. This is also just a really annoying thing. There we go. So hopefully this goes well. Gonna aim right here. Step back, jump, hold forward. Ah, we missed that one. That's fine. You can go for it one more time. This skips going into the actual Dunwall Tower and doing a bunch of stuff in there. And then right there, and perfect. All right. We're going to jump to take damage. It's going to skip this cutscene. Going to do another F cancel into here. All right. Time is going to be coming up here in just a moment. We're putting Delilah's soul back into her body. We're going to enter into her painting, the world as it should be. This is what she wants everyone to be like. You know, giant statues of herself, everyone frozen. We're going to shoot her all the way up there. And did we get it? I think we got it. Time is going to be now. All right, we have saved our father who was encased in stone. We defeated the bad guys, and we overthrew the people who overthrew us in about 30 minutes. Not too bad. And if you're worried about spoilers for the ending, normally at these games, it shows you like how your actions had repercussions throughout the game. The game just breaks if you do tower climb, so we don't get to see the ending.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers, chat. But thank you guys so much for watching. Waifu, thank you for being awesome and helping out with the commentary. If you would like to see more of me, I do some really cool runs of games like this or Control, which is another really awesome one that I ran here a couple of days ago. If you want to find me, you can find me at twitch.tv/DemonicRobots, and I'll let Waifu plug himself as well.
Yeah, and if you want to watch more of me, twitch.tv/waifu.
All right, thanks for watching, guys.
That was fantastic. DemonicRobots, congratulations on another fantastic run. Both your Control and Dishonored 2 runs were brilliant. Coming up next, guys, we do have Shadow of the Colossus, run by Inception. So, guys, stick around, stretch, get yourself hydrated. We'll see you very, very shortly.